Minister of the Federal Capital Territory Nyesom Wike yesterday shed light on why Prince Uche Secondus was sacked as national chairman of the People's Democratic Party. He said, "I kicked him out for plotting to make his cousin, Tele Ikuru, governor of Rivers State instead of Siminialayi Fubara." Recall that Secondus was removed as PDP national chairman in 2022 when Wike was governor of Rivers State. Although many aspirants from other zones competed for the PDP governorship slots, the former governor insisted that the slot should be zoned to the lowland area of the state from where Fubara hails from. Wike reflected on the succession battle during the end of the year Thanksgiving organized by the PDP stakeholders in Ahoda East and Ahoda West at Okpata Community, Ebeye Kingdom. The organizers included former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Chibudum Muche, Chairman, Rivers State PDP Elders Council, Chief Ferdinand Alabraba, members of House of Representatives, Solomon Bob and Victor Obuzo, and member of the House of Assembly, Dame Queen Williams. Others are a former Ahoda West local government chairman, Hope Ikriko, former chairman of Ahoda East, Benjamin Eke, and the PDP chairman, Ahoda East, Charles Luke. Ebeye stakeholders, including members of the PDP, the All Progressive Congress, Wikematic students, non-indigens, women and children also witnessed the service. The minister was accompanied by former Abia State Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, chairman of APC in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, and Rivers State PDP chairman Emeka Aaron, OCJ Okocha, and the minority leader of the House of Representatives, Kingsley Chinda. Rejecting being labeled as enemy of Fubara, the minister, who also cheated Celestine Omehia for attacking him, lamented that those who worked for Fubara's victory are now ridiculed as enemies. He said those who oppose Fubara's ambition during Secondus are now, including Secondus rather, are now whining and dining with the governor. The minister disclosed that he kicked Secondus out as PDP national chairman because he hatched to make Ikuru governor. Wike, who rejected Omehia's remark that he has not attracted any development to Rivers as minister, said that the PDP chieftain lacked the understanding of the functions of an FCT minister. He said the FCT minister has territorial jurisdiction and cannot attract infrastructural projects like roads and schools to his home state. However, Wike recalled that when he served as the Minister of State for Education, he attracted many projects to Rivers State, including the Faculty of Law to Rivers University and grants to higher institutions in the state. Wike also said no governor has attracted more appointments to his state than him in the administration of President Bola Tinubu. Wike queried characters of people occupying traditional stools in Ebeye land, saying they lacked integrity. He recalled that during his tenure, he took it upon himself to elevate traditional stools in Ebeye to first-class positions, adding that prior to his government, no Ebeye monarch enjoyed such privilege. He said the monarch's recent pronouncement that they had endorsed Fubara for a second term was dead on arrival because they lacked the capacity to actualize such mission. Wike praised Uche, other PDP leaders, and members of the House of Assembly in his camp, saying they had stood firm despite the challenges foisted on them by the same government they worked tirelessly to enthrone. The chairman of the occasion, Chief Ferdinand Alabraba, said the organizers were simply showing gratitude to their political leader, who as a governor impacted positively on Rivers State. Stressing that Wike is the most talked about minister, he said, "Some said he is controversial, but the president himself said Wike is a good man and a performing minister. I joined the president to doff my hat." In their goodwill messages, members of the House of Representatives and House of Assembly said they were prepared for the battle ahead. Let me take that sentence again. Said they were prepared for the battle ahead. I've never done that before on my show, repeating a sentence twice, but I think I had to repeat this. Battle ahead. But let me start with you, Okechukwu Edempo. What do you make of this story?
First, I think from what the Honorable Minister said, these are verifiable facts on ground. that as a minister of state and also a supervising minister of education, he attracted so many projects to Rivers State. They are all on ground, they are on record, they are verifiable. Then also as a minister of the Federal Capital Territory, his hands are tied. When I say his hands are tied, he cannot use what is meant for Abuja to come and develop Rivers State. The best he could do in the light of the foregoing is to see how Rivers sons and daughters will get juicy appointment. And I also believe that he has not failed in that line. He has done very well. Then for the last statement, say the assembly members say they are prepared for the battle ahead. That sentence is quite, well, I say it's something that needs more elaboration for them to tell us what kind of battle.
House of Representatives and House of Assembly.
Say they are prepared for the battle. So they also need to inform us what kind of battle that is coming so that we can also see how we can know in a situation where we don't get caught with stray bullets.
Interesting. However, you now said that some of the statements he made, that they are verifiable.
They are verifiable.
Now, he talked about kicking out Uche Secondus for attempting or for plotting to bring in Tele Ikuru as his cousin as the governor of Rivers State against Fubara, his anointed.
Yes. Secondus, everybody knows he has a special love for his cousin, Tele Ikuru. Whatever Tele Ikuru is today is a product of Secondus. Secondus has been very open to his cousin. He has carried him from a commissioner up to a deputy governor. And those of us who are in River State between 2007, when we had that governorship election in 2007, we saw how Tele Ikuru emerged as running mate from even Austin Opara down to Omehia, and he was also hoisted on Amechi when Amechi came back as the governor of Rivers State. So if the minister says he had that report or he had that Secondus wants to make his brother the governorship candidate of Rivers State, being the party chairman at the national level, he can do it. He has that influence because it is his list that will fly to INEC. So the governor which we have today is a product of the high-handedness of the minister. I make bold to say it. Because if he wasn't high-handed, Fubara wasn't the most popular candidate. He wasn't a politician.
People said he was relatively unknown.
He was relatively unknown. But I won't use that word relatively unknown. For those of us who are in the government circle, we know him. And for those that are also in politics, they know him to an extent. But to the masses and the uninformed and uneducated voters.
When you say the government, the politicians, they are in the grand scheme of things. When you're looking at numerology, they are very small,
microscopic few. That is microscopic.
And then even in civil service, just thousands against the millions of Rivers people.
So
one would say he was relatively unknown because technically a lot of people heard that name for the first time during the campaign period.
Yes.
That's a fact in Rivers State.
It's something that cannot be
thrown. And a lot of
away.
persons did not even know him. And during the campaign, I recall that the present governor wasn't even campaigning. Like, he wasn't really speaking on campaigns and all of that. So when the campaigns were going on, you're trying to okay, who is the Fubara? Where is he? What is he saying? You're trying to hear him. I think the only time I could recall he said something was when he pledged that he was going to continue with the projects of the minister, and which he has done as
so
well.
Far,
you can't fault that. Fubara, with respect to continuity of projects, nobody can fault him.
He has done that.
Go ahead.
He has done that. So for him saying that Secondus was kicked out because of that, it's okay by him. Why I say it's okay for him? Politics is a game of interest, personal interest, even before the group and collective interest. So Secondus today, these are people who did not even support the governor. Today they are his best friends. Today they are the people hobnobbing with him. Today they are the people whining and dining with him. That's politics for you. They say your best friend today can be your worst enemy tomorrow, and your worst enemy today can be your best friend tomorrow. So it is what it is.
We'll still come back to that. Just hold on to that part. we still come back to the dynamics around what the FCT minister said about the people who were against the governor. Now they are his closest people whining and dining with him. We'll look at the implication of that relationship in Rivers State crisis right now. But let me come to you, Chris. What do you make of the story? You can also delve into this statement I made if you will.
Well, the last statement, is it
on the people who, the FCT minister said the people who worked against the governor are now the closest persons to him right now.
Okay, like my brother said, this is politics. In politics, there is no permanent enemy. What the FCT minister said is verifiable, is the truth. That is the exact thing that happened before the general election. Some persons were opposed to the candidacy of Fubara, and what we are seeing now is that this same person who never supported Fubara are those around him. But it's politics. That is the beauty of the game. Like I said, there is no permanent enemy. Your worst enemy can be your best friend. So the FCT minister made it very clear that the issue he had with Secondus is as a result of Secondus not supporting the ambition or the support.
Not supporting his candidate.
The FCT minister's candidate, which is Siminialayi Fubara. That's why the both of them had issues, and Secondus was pushed out as the PDP national chairman. Like my brother said, we all know how that Secondus, his preferred candidate, was Tele Ikuru, his cousin, which he has carried along all throughout in the politics of Rivers State. But the FCT minister, the former governor then, did not buy into that vision. Instead, went for Siminialayi Fubara. But today, there are those around Fubara. But that's politics. And now the other statement the assembly members made, that they are prepared for the war ahead. The FCT minister have also said that those who are endorsing the governor for the second time do not have the capacity to...
When he was talking about the monarchs of Epaya Kingdom.
Yeah, who endorsed Fubara for second time do not have what it takes to accomplish that mission. It's clear. Because in Rivers
Why do you say it's clear?
But in Rivers State, votes hardly count. That is the truth. We must tell ourselves the truth. It is the political bigwigs that decide. The FCT minister just said it. He single-handedly brought Fubara. So if somebody can single-handedly bring in a candidate to emerge as the candidate of a party, it's also possible. It's a pointer that one man can also make somebody governor through INEC, like in a general election. So that's what the man is saying, that you do not have the power to accomplish what you are. You are just, it's a ceremonial thing that you're doing. You do not have the power to decide who becomes the governor of the state. The FCT minister understands the politics of Rivers State. But like I said, my brother said, the assembly needs to tell us. I don't want to preempt anything.
The House of Rep and House of Assembly.
No,
go ahead.
Let me not preempt, because a lot are being expected in the coming days in the state. So, but let's just fold our hands and.
You cannot fold your hands. You cannot fold your hands, because I mean that statement. It's as if drums of war.
Yes.
It's being played right now.
And obviously, the FCT minister is not happy. It's not a small job for you to sponsor somebody through a primary election and ensure that that person emerges in the general election. And after all that, you are pushed to the corner for other persons who never supported that same candidate. Now they are whining and dining with him. The man who made the thing possible is nowhere to be found in the government. So the FCT minister is also strategizing. Don't forget, the House of Assembly, led by Martins Amahule, has initially issued an impeachment notice. And that issue and all of that...
Which was later withdrawn.
But all that has not been resolved. So there are a lot of things that
in the coming days that we're expected to see in this state?
We'll still come to that which you do not want to talk about. You can trust me on that. But before we get to that point, my interest now majorly is in that statement that those who worked, against the emergence of the governor are now the persons who are dining and whining with him. I want us to delve a little bit into the dynamics of this seeming relationship, between the governor and the people who fought against his emergence. Now, a lot of persons, River State actually right now is divided, along lines of interest and camps. Now, a lot of persons in the FCT ministers' camps are of the opinion that these the same persons who are whining and dining with the governor are misleading the governor. And probably this could explain from their own perspective why the governor could be making certain mistakes that one could say the governor is making. Now, for example, refusal to submit the 2024 budget even after the High Court and 2 Court of Appeal judgments have insisted that he should submit the budget. And now 2024 has literally come to an end. And in a few days, we'll enter 2025. 2024 budget has not been submitted. So now the question is, how is the governor going to operate the state without 2020? We are not discussing that, but we are looking at the intricacies of the governor's actions and inactions. And a lot of persons are basing some of the decisions that the governor has made that they consider that may be cataclysmic to his political interests. They are basing it on the people or the governor's, politically they call it the governor's handlers. What are the dynamics of this relationship?
First, I think as an individual, he has a right to appeal.
Which he has done.
He has done. But the matter is now at the Supreme Court level. It's still his constitutional right to appeal when a case is not favorable to you at the Court of Appeal. You get to the final arbiter, which is the Supreme Court. And after Supreme Court, you don't have anywhere to go. So it is still within his constitutional right. And nobody should deprive him of his right of appeal.
And while that is going on, the state is running without a budget in 2025.
The Constitution says, I think you can run a state within up to 3 months or so before you present.
Even that which you would touch, even that account that you would touch to run the state without a budget has to be approved.
Well, it has to be approved,
so
no doubt.
How is he going to do that?
Well, this is River State. If he's been able to operate the whole of 2024 without, let's see how far he will go. But for me, I believe that River State belongs to all of us.
No, you didn't answer the question, Okechukwu.
I answered.
No, I was asking you a question around the concerns that the handlers of the governor could be misleading him. Now, I am coming from a different perspective that based on what the FCT minister said, that these people in the first instance didn't want him to emerge as the governor. And if they are close to him, they are advising him on how to play this politics. Do you think that they are advising the governor are right? Or do you think that that original dissent and antagonism is playing out, but probably in a more diplomatic way?
For me, man by nature is selfish. Man by nature is guided by self-instincts. Man by nature, his decisions are based on rugged individualism. What me, myself, and I stands to gain at every given time. And I'm sure these persons that are around our governor, that is being played. Secondly, I also sense a case of political vendetta. When I say it's a case of political vendetta, that's what's playing in River State.
From which angle now? Political vendetta, I mean, apparently there appears to be a lot
Those
of vendettas.
who did not support the governor at the beginning, but because he has an estranged relationship with the FCT minister,
yes.
And these are perceived or imaginary enemies of the FCT minister. So it's normal by nature that your enemies will definitely align.
Your enemy's enemy is your friend.
No. As I am today, if I have an issue with you, Laurencia, and Oka, who used to be your friend before, has an issue with you, naturally Oka will gravitate towards me.
Okay.
Having done that, we've now formed an alliance to work against you. So that's what I sense
But
is at play in
forming
Rivers State.
that alliance, let's go with what you have said. However, in forming that alliance, which is unholy, if we might use that language,
Of course.
that unholy is the very foundation of that alliance. And in the first instance, your interests never aligned. Now, in forming that seeming alliance to work against me, don't you think that there will also be a possibility that you are only a means to an end to get to me? And it could be, isn't it a case of using one stone to kill two birds, work against me, weaken my influence, and at the same time make you make mistakes that will still remove you? At the end of the day, that vacuum they wanted, so that they can still come back with their interests, will play out. Don't you think it's working out?
I don't sense that. For me, what I have sensed in this Rivers crisis is pure case of vendetta. And I make bold to say it. I say it without contradiction. I say it without fear. I say it unapologetically. That what's at play is a case of vendetta. These are people who never aligned with the minister in his quest to make the governor.
And who also have scores to settle, like Uche Secondus, an old score.
Of course, that's what they are doing now. They are just forming that alliance. And also the governor too. If you look at him, he will definitely accept them. Because the game of politics is game of numbers. You need that number. So he needs people around him. He will definitely accept them. But it's a case of vendetta at work. These are people who say they will not serve master and serve boy.
But now
today they are not just serving boy, they are waiting for boy on the road.
Now, hold on to that thought. Okay. Now, I want to continue building this conversation from the last statement that Chris Okechukwu Edenko just made, that the people working closely with the governor are people who said they cannot serve master and then come and serve boy. But now, according to Edenko, they are not just serving the boy, but they are waiting for the boy on the road. Now, Chris, I will still ask you the same question I asked him. A lot of persons consider that, these handlers have been, I think you are also of that opinion. On my show, you have said that a lot of the mistakes, the governor seemingly may have made, could emanate from the handlers of the governor. You're one of the people that hold that opinion. Now, looking at what the FCT minister have said, would you say that these persons, even though, according to Okechukwu Edenko, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, is it what is playing out? Or is there more than meets the eye in this relationship between the governor and the so-called or seeming enemies of the FCT minister?
Well, I don't think they are advising the governor wrongly because they didn't want it from the beginning. And these persons, will I say they are happy that, oh, you did not support our choice. Now your choice is dealing with you. We will join your choice to deal with you. That's
for me, if I'm in the position of the governors, I will accept them.
Of course.
When they come to me, I will shut my doors to them. I will definitely accept them and work with them, because in politics you need the numbers. You cannot work in isolation. So if I'm in his shoes, I'll welcome them.
All right.
So it's normal in politics. Like he said, it's a game of number. You need more persons to either win an election or to win for second time. The governor, whether you like it or not, the governor is interested in coming back for a second time. He's also interested in maintaining his current position as the governor, because a lot of issues, threats of impeachment and all that. So the governor is trying to accommodate more persons to help him fight the political fight.
Looking at this now, let's delve deeper a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, looking at what you have said, you and Okechukwu have said, these people, some you can even describe them as veterans in Rivers State politics.
Yeah.
And they understand the undertones, the underplays, and all whatnot that is going on. And some of them, one would say, maybe strategic as well. The question I'm asking is, more than ever before, the governor is facing impeachment more than ever before. And this whole thing is hanging on the Supreme Court judgment. The outcome of that judgment will either make or break the executive and legislative arm of Rivers State government. The truth is, from that Supreme Court judgment, either the executive will bear the consequences or the legislature will bear. There must be consequences following that. Now, but let's look at the governor, because we are discussing the governor today, not the Rivers State House of Assembly. He's nearer to impeachment more than ever before because of the 2024 budget that was not submitted. And from all indications, it won't be submitted. And entering 2025 without a budget, bearing in mind that we are running a full cycle budget. And even the account that Demko said that he has to, he's empowered by law to make use of, has to be approved as well by the House of Assembly. Who is going to empower the governor to do all these things? When you're looking at it, even if the governor goes ahead to do it, each time he takes, as the day breaks, he's closer to gross misconduct than ever before. And the silence of the Rivers State House of Assembly, it's loud. The silence is screaming a lot of things. And now, from this statement, they said the battle ahead, which means 2025 is going to be extremely interesting in Rivers State political firmament. But one would ask, these handlers, these people who are veterans in politics, understands what is at stake. Will you support a man and then allow him to make certain mistakes that will cost him even that seat that you're fighting for? I need it to make sense to me.
I understand the area you're going, but I don't think that is the case in Rivers State. Don't forget that those around the governor, the handlers of the governor, are not only those who did not support him. There are other supporters of the governors who are the chief of staff to the governor has been the supporter of the governor from the onset. So he does not fall into the category of this other person. So he has been also influential in the government of Nyesom Wike. Even the secretary to government of the federation, they are part of those who are advising the governor. So it's not just this, it's not just the likes of Uche Secondus and Omeya. So, but the issue here is that they feel that the FCT minister cannot do anything. That's just the truth. They feel that we know this man. He will not do anything. Let us stay with you. We will fight him and we will chase him out of Rivers politics. That's just what it's playing on. It's like my brother said, it's vendetta. They have accumulated grievances against the FCT minister. So this is the time to show that grievances. So they want to tell you, they are giving the governor the strong heart to say, he will do nothing. Let us, we are with you. We will fight him. We understand him. We know how. So that's the, but again, it's not just in Nyesom Fubara government that we come that this thing is happening. If you look at the APC from the FCT minister, from what you read, in a PDP event, the APC chairman was present.
The APC Rivers State.
APC Rivers State was there. Don't also forget that the national chairman of APC came to Rivers State the other time. And he went to see the FCT minister, who is not a member of the party. So we are still a new...
That appears to be a new marriage.
Yes, in politics. It's the same thing in Nyesom Fubara.
Interestingly, the APC chairman, Rivers State, Tony Okocha, came out to say that, would I call him APC factional chairman because a court judgment has removed him. So I will make reference to that court judgment. It's very important. When Tony Okocha was speaking, said that the governor is partyless. You know, these are the issues. You understand? The governor is partyless. And then in this Thanksgiving service that was held, the APC Rivers State being represented by Tony Okocha, because that's the people that the national said they must work with, irrespective of the court judgment, was there. Now, PDP Rivers State, Chukwemeka Aaron,
they sat together.
Was there.
In the picture I saw.
That's the thing. Interesting times ahead. They were there. And now, when you're talking of APP right now, is also embattled, which is the party that the governor's is building his structure on right now is being embattled. They are facing possible deregistration by INEC because of a court case that has emanated that, according to the Constitution, APP has failed, you know, to fulfill parts of the Constitution that will make them a viable party in Nigeria. I mean, there are a lot of litigations, a lot of issues going on in Rivers State, and when they say it's a battle, but going by the statement of the House of Assembly, battle ahead.
Well, I have told you, let us not pray. Let's not go into all that.
For me, I don't want to preempt.
Why are you scared of? No, let's not go into all that. No. It is bound to happen. You know, that's the thing. I am not good at this rigmarole. The battle is there. A battle in 2025 in Rivers State.
Rivers State, for now, is like a keg of gunpowder waiting to explode. I will say it here, based on antecedents, events that are unfolding, but they should also let us know the kind of battle that is coming, so that some of us don't get caught
in the crossfire. All right, interesting. Finally, before we move on,
but again, there is another aspect that the FCT minister said, because he also took on the will I say former governor.
He was removed by the court, so you cannot call him former governor.
But at the time he was recognized, and the other time they recognized another. River State is just.
Okay, my brother, see, I will tell you.
The court judgment says he is not known to law.
But the FCT minister at the point recognized him, and after a while, and he was recognized another.
For God to use the instrumentality of the people to make you that for one man to make you. If a man makes you, there's also that tendency that that same man too would want to bring you down. So that's the case of Celestine Omeya. Yeah, one man climbed chair in government house and hung his picture. When they fell out,
and also let me same chair to remove him. So,
but all other governors that the people made, their pictures are still.
But the area I'm saying is the FCT minister said he has jurisdiction, that we should not expect him to use resources meant for FCT to develop Rivers State. I think that's where I want to comment. At the FCT, of course, as a minister, you attend Federal Executive Council meeting. He did well when he was the Minister for Education. He attracted some projects. He has also done well under Tinubu's administration to ensure that Rivers sons and daughters get judicial appointment in the federal government led by Tinubu. But he's also try further to ensure that projects. He is not just a minister in the FCT. He is representing Rivers State in the Federal Executive Council. So he should also ensure that projects are attracted to the state. The FCT minister can align with the Minister for Works, Minister for Education, and to say, oh, this is what my state needs. Please capture this in your budget and all that. So that's the area I want to call on him. It's an appeal, because in Rivers State we need a whole lot.
I think that appeal should also go to the appointees of the federal government. The who have been appointed.
The FCT minister is the leader of the Renew Hope in Rivers State. Every other appointee under the administration of
can they also bring their influence? That's the question.
Yes, that's it.
So probably that appeal should go.
I think let me correct one impression. The FCT minister is not the leader of the Renewed Hope. He's a PDP member, don't forget, who is serving in Tinubu's government. He also took permission from the party, beginning from the ward, local government, state and national, before going to serve.
No, but I don't think
that doesn't make him a leader of the Renewed Hope.
No. When we say Renewed Hope, I think I need to
clarify that.
Renew Hope in Rivers State. I'm also a member of the Renewed Hope. We have the.
You are a member of the Renewed. What is the movement about?
We have that's what I'm trying to explain. Under the Renewed Hope, we have APC members, and we also have those who are working under President Tinubu. So when we say Renewed Hope, they are not members of APC.
Okay.
Yes, the Renewed Hope is a family of those who are supporting Bola Tinubu, and Wike is the leader of that team.
Now I understand.
Yeah, so
and that's why the Rainbow Coalition also.
Rainbow Coalition, yes. So
Okay, me, I remember.
All right, gentlemen.
Okay, at least thank God you have informed me.
Yes. So he is the leader. He's not a member of APC. He's only leading the renewed whole family. That's it. He's not in the APC. He's not a member of the APC. He has said that publicly. He's in PDP. He's still in the same party with the governor of the state. So, but when it comes to the new whole family, which is non-political, he is the leader.
Okay.
Right, very well. You still want to say something?
No, when you talk about capturing things
Yes.
in the budget or attracting federal presence, first you should know that every government, they have budgets. Some of the projects that are meant to come to Rivers State, the first question we should ask, are they captured in the budget? If they are captured in the budget, that's when they start discussing. But if it's not captured in the budget, we need to start seeing how projects from Rivers State can also be captured in the federal. But not to talk about it, you see the East-West Road too is something that for me, it has become more of a moribund project or a transgenerational project, which for me, I believe it should be completed. The Bonny or the Border Bonny Road is one road that once the federal government completes it, I think they have done very well for Rivers State because it's also opening that axis.
All right, very well.